Men over 50, you've been told that waking up 3, 4, even 5 times a night to pee is just a normal part of getting older. But here's the truth. It's not normal at all, and ignoring it could be costing you your sleep, your health, and maybe even your life. The good news: fixing it doesn't require pills, surgery, or expensive treatments. In fact, it comes down to 5 simple science-backed habits that thousands of men across America are already using to take back their nights and protect their prostates. And here's the shocker. Harvard researchers found that one of these habits alone can slash your prostate cancer risk by 33%. Yet 90% of men either ignore it or do it completely wrong. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll have the blueprint to better sleep, better health, and a better future. Are you one of the millions of men over 50 who's been told that waking up multiple times a night to use the bathroom is just a normal part of getting older? What if I told you that's a lie? A lie that keeps you tired, frustrated, and chained to the toilet while quietly ignoring a problem that's only getting worse. For 80% of men over 70, this nightly ritual of interrupted sleep has become their unfortunate reality. They stumble to the bathroom 3, 4, even 5 times, accepting this as their fate. But it doesn't have to be yours. What the medical industry often glosses over with a prescription pad is a powerful secret. You hold the key to reclaiming your nights and your health, and it won't cost you a dime. I'm Dr. Jennifer Thompson, and over the past 12 years, I've guided over 12,000 men just like you away from the brink of despair and back to a life of vitality. I've seen men who had given up all hope, who had tried every expensive medication and even considered surgery, completely transform their lives in as little as 3 weeks. I'll never forget a 65-year-old patient who sat in my office, his shoulders slumped with exhaustion. He confessed that he couldn't remember the last time he'd slept through the night. Just 3 weeks after adopting the 5 simple habits I'm about to share with you, he called me, his voice thick with emotion, nearly crying with joy. For the first time in a decade, he had slept for 8 uninterrupted hours. The most incredible part, he didn't take a single pill. Stay with me for the next few minutes, because what you're about to learn could be the most important health discovery of your life. This isn't just about ending those frustrating midnight bathroom runs. This is about sidestepping a future of urgency, anxiety, and even lowering your risk of prostate cancer. You absolutely cannot afford to miss habit number 5. It's the one that will shock you the most. Groundbreaking research from Harvard has shown this single habit can slash your cancer risk by a staggering 33%, yet a staggering 90% of men are either doing it completely wrong or avoiding it altogether out of sheer embarrassment. Before we dive in, let me be crystal clear. With every night that passes, with every interrupted dream, your prostate may be silently growing, putting a stranglehold on your urethra and worsening your condition. But the incredible news is that you can start reversing this process tonight. These 5 habits aren't just theories. They are scientifically validated by clinical studies involving over 30,000 men, and I have personally witnessed them breathe new life into thousands of my patients. Chapter 1: The Water Deception. To understand the immense power of these habits, you first need to understand the betrayal happening inside your own body. Your prostate, a small gland about the size of a walnut located just below your bladder, is supposed to be your lifelong ally. Yet, for many men after the age of 50, it begins to grow, leading to a condition known as an enlarged prostate. By the time a man reaches 70, there's an 80% chance he's living with this. But contrary to what many doctors might tell you, this is not an inevitable consequence of aging. It's often the direct result of 5 common, yet deeply flawed, daily habits that most men practice without a second thought. The first habit we need to shatter seems almost too simple to be effective, yet it holds the power to decrease your nighttime awakenings by an incredible 41%. It's about how you drink water, and chances are you're doing it completely wrong. This isn't about the total amount of water you consume, but the timing of when you consume it. The typical pattern for most men is to drink very little throughout the morning and afternoon, precisely when their body is craving hydration the most. Then, as evening sets in, they'll sit down to watch television and consume large amounts of fluids. This is a catastrophic mistake for your prostate health. A comprehensive study involving 2,000 men revealed a simple yet profoundly effective strategy. Drink 6 to 8 glasses of water from the moment you wake up until about 3 koi in the afternoon, and then significantly taper off your fluid intake for the rest of the evening. This single adjustment alone led to a 41% improvement in their sleep quality. But the benefits run even deeper. When you hydrate your body correctly throughout the day, the chemical composition of your urine changes. It becomes less acidic and, therefore, less irritating to the sensitive tissues of your prostate. Imagine you have a wound. You would want to gently wash it with clean water, not a harsh acid. By drinking water at the right times, you are essentially performing an internal cleansing, continuously flushing out toxins and protecting your prostate, rather than allowing those irritants to accumulate and fester overnight. I had a 72-year-old patient who was making up to 7 bathroom trips a night. Within just 10 days of simply changing his water drinking schedule, he cut that number down to 2. It's a small change that delivers monumental results. Chapter 2. The prostate-protecting power foods. Now let's talk about inflammation, the silent enemy that fuels prostate growth. The second habit is all about transforming your diet into a powerful anti-inflammatory force. Did you know that the food you put on your plate can reduce your risk of prostate cancer by as much as 28%? But it's not just about eating healthy. It's about incorporating 3 specific superfoods that every man over 60 should consider essential. First on this list are cooked tomatoes. There's a bit of culinary magic that happens when you cook tomatoes, especially with a little olive oil. This process dramatically increases your body's ability to absorb a potent antioxidant called lycopene. In fact, cooking can boost lycopene absorption by up to 5 times. Lycopene is one of the most powerful natural substances for combating the cellular damage that can lead to cancer. Simply incorporating cooked tomatoes into your meals, whether in a sauce or a stew, just twice a week can reduce your cancer risk by nearly 30%. Next up are pumpkin seeds. These small but mighty seeds are packed with zinc, a crucial mineral for prostate health. Your prostate requires zinc to maintain its normal size and function. Studies have shown that men with zinc deficiencies are 3 times more likely to have an enlarged prostate. Just a handful of pumpkin seeds each day can provide all the zinc you need to keep your prostate in check. The third superfood is broccoli and its cruciferous cousins, like cauliflower and kale. These vegetables contain a remarkable compound called sulforaphane. What makes sulforaphane so extraordinary is its proven ability to not just prevent prostate enlargement, but to actually shrink a prostate that is already enlarged. Yes, you read that right. It can help reverse the damage that has already occurred. But what you eat is only half the battle. What you do after you eat is just as critical, which brings us to our third life-changing habit. Chapter 3. The effortless exercise that heals. This next habit will completely reshape your understanding of exercise. You don't need an expensive gym membership, you don't need to pound the pavement running, and you don't even need to break a sweat. All you need is 15 minutes of light walking after your meals, particularly after lunch and dinner. Research from Brazil has demonstrated that this incredibly simple activity can reduce the symptoms of prostate enlargement by a remarkable 35%. Why is something so gentle so profoundly effective? When you take a walk after eating, you stimulate stronger blood circulation, particularly to your pelvic region. This increased blood flow acts like a delivery service, bringing a fresh supply of oxygen and essential nutrients directly to your prostate, which helps it heal and function optimally. At the same time, this post-meal stroll helps to regulate your blood sugar levels. High blood sugar is a major trigger for inflammation throughout the body, including the prostate. Think of this gentle walk as taking a dose of natural, powerful medicine after every meal. There are no side effects. It costs absolutely nothing, and it's a habit you can begin implementing today. Chapter 4, The Unspoken Secret to Deep Sleep. The fourth habit is one that is frequently overlooked, but is absolutely essential for your prostate's well-being: quality sleep. I'm not just talking about the number of hours you're in bed. I'm talking about the deep, restorative sleep that allows your body to perform its nightly repairs. The quality of your sleep has a direct and significant impact on your prostate health. When you enter the stages of deep sleep, your body ramps up its production of melatonin and growth hormone. These are two of the most powerful, natural anti-inflammatory substances your body creates. Men who consistently experience poor sleep have been found to have double the risk of developing prostate cancer. Double. That's a statistic that should make everyone pay attention. But here's a secret that most people are completely unaware of. The temperature of your bedroom plays a more significant role than you could ever imagine. A cool room, ideally around 18 degrees C or 65 degrees C, has been shown to double your body's melatonin production. Combine this with turning off all electronic devices at least 1 hour before bed and ensuring your room is completely dark, and you create the perfect environment for the kind of deep healing sleep your prostate desperately needs. Chapter 5, the taboo topic that could save your life. And now we arrive at the fifth and final habit, the one that 90% of men are too embarrassed to even discuss with their doctors, yet it could literally save your life. We need to talk about regular sexual activity. I understand this is a sensitive and personal topic, but the science on this is unequivocally clear. A landmark Harvard study that followed 30,000 men for 18 years made a groundbreaking discovery. Men who ejaculated 21 or more times per month reduced their risk of prostate cancer by an astounding 33%. Let that number sink in, 33%. But why? The reason is remarkably simple and mechanical. Every time you ejaculate, you are effectively cleaning out your prostate. You are flushing out a buildup of dead cells, potential carcinogens, and inflammatory proteins that can accumulate over time. Think of it like changing the oil in your car. If you neglect this crucial maintenance, the internal components start to break down and fail. It's not just about the frequency either. Healthy sexual activity, whether with a partner or alone, also increases blood flow to the pelvic region, reduces stress, and helps to balance crucial hormones. Please, do not let embarrassment be a barrier to your health. Your doctor is there to help you, not to judge you. I had a 70-year-old patient who, after finally overcoming his embarrassment and embracing this aspect of his health, not only saw a dramatic improvement in his prostate symptoms, but also felt a decade younger. His wife called me a hero. I gently corrected her and said that the real hero was her husband for having the courage to take control of his health. Your blueprint for a restful future. Now it's time to connect all the dots. These 5 habits don't work in isolation. They intertwine to create a comprehensive, powerful system of protection for your prostate. When you begin to drink water correctly, nourish your body with anti-inflammatory foods, take a gentle walk after meals, prioritize deep sleep, and maintain healthy sexual activity, you are doing more than just preventing future problems. You are actively reversing the damage that has already been done. I have had the privilege of witnessing thousands of men reclaim their lives with these simple yet profound changes. These are men who had lost hope, who had been let down by medications, and who were on the verge of surgery. Today, they are living with a renewed sense of freedom and confidence. They sleep soundly through the night. They have the energy to chase after their grandchildren. They can travel with their wives without constantly scouting for the nearest restroom. And most importantly, the shadow of prostate cancer no longer looms over them. But I have to share a hard truth. Every day that you wait, every night that you allow this cycle to continue, your prostate is potentially getting larger, more inflamed, and more difficult to treat. I am not telling you this to scare you. I am telling you this to empower you, because unlike so many other health issues, this is one where you are firmly in the driver's seat. You have the power to rewrite your future, and you can start today. Imagine just for a moment waking up tomorrow morning feeling refreshed and energized after 8 hours of blissful, uninterrupted sleep. Imagine going on a road trip without the nagging anxiety of needing to find a bathroom every hour. Imagine the profound sense of peace and confidence that comes from knowing you have taken decisive action to dramatically reduce your risk of cancer. This doesn't have to be a dream. It is the reality for thousands of men who have embraced these 5 habits, and it can be your reality too. I want you to do something for me right now. Choose one habit, just one. It could be changing your water schedule, adding cooked tomatoes to your dinner, or taking that 15-minute walk. Commit to that one habit for the next 7 days. Start small, but please start today, because in just 1 week, you will begin to feel a difference. In 1 month, you will see tangible results. And a year from now, you will look back on this moment, grateful that you decided to watch this video and take that first crucial step. Your best years are not behind you. They are waiting for you as long as you are willing to take care of the man who will live them.